Stand by for some strong words from Paul Scholes. He says he was surprised by Ruben Amorim's stubbornness in not changing his system when facing Everton's 10 men in the Monday Night Football. He says it felt like one step forwards and two steps back at times during Amorim's year in charge, but he still feels they will be challenging for European places at the end of the season.
It's a really tough job for him. We know that many people have come and failed since Sir Alex. And like I say, you feel like you're making a step forward and two steps back almost all the time. Look, it's a lot's made of the formation. I thought the other night was a big stubbornness towards it, really. If you think of the back three, Gary's mentioned it on commentary all the time, and you could feel the frustration in them, the frustration in the fans, and frustration in all of us that he didn't change it, because to have three against virtually nobody at times, it felt strange that you bring in an extra attacker or a player on. So look, I think that it's still a work in progress. They're still not in a great position in the league. They obviously had a poor season last year, and it'd be looking to improve. I think the league's so tight, or even from second right down to where Man United are, 10th, 11th, 10th, I think. So a couple of wins and all of a sudden you're back flying again, and you're in positions where you'd like to think they can compete for, especially a European place this season.
While both Scholes and his former teammate Nicky Butt feel Kobbie Mainoo has stagnated under Amorim. Mainoo, a stand-up player for England in the Euros in 2024, hasn't started a league game this season, and Butt says he should consider moving on if he doesn't feature more regularly.
Yeah, I'm worried about him because he's a superstar. He's got into the England team at 18, 19. Was one of the best performers in the Euros for us. He's come through the academy at Man United from the age of 7. He was there when I was there as academy manager. I know him as a person, I know him as a young boy, I know him as a young man. I know the talent that he's got. And the scary thing for me is if Kobbie Mainoo was playing for Crystal Palace, example, if he was at any other football club, bar Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea, where it's hard to get players out of, Man United would be in for him in January for 50-60 million, and it's sad because I know how much he loves football, I know how much he loves the football club. More importantly, as we all do, we know the talent that he's got, and it is a waste, and he's a player that we could do with. For a player of his ilk, he shouldn't be going on loan. Either the club want you or you leave. It's looking like the club don't see him as a starting 11, which for me is bizarre with some of the players that are playing. So if I was his advisor, I'd be saying, look, if you don't get in that starting 11 pretty soon, you need to go and get a new club that's going to value you, going to help your career go forward, and going to get you to the levels that you should be at, and we all know you should be at.
That's probably one of the most disappointing things for me is Kobbie Mainoo not being involved in this Manchester United team, because we saw how good he was 18 months, 2 years ago, and for some reason it's not quite happened. The manager doesn't seem to quite fancy him, but we all know the qualities he has, but the manager's just, for some reason, preferring somebody else, and that's something he has to deal with. I think he's dealt with it quite well at this minute, but at some point he will get frustrated, and as I'm frustrated with watching Manchester United at times as well, and especially with Kobbie Mainoo, because homegrown talent, we don't have many of them anymore, and we want him in that team.